Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Town Council meeting of January 28th, 2025. I'm calling the meeting to order, and I will ask the Deputy Mayor to read a land acknowledgement, please. I would like to acknowledge Wolfville is situated in the ancestral unceded territory, and as such, ask that we conduct our business with same teachings. Truth, honesty, love, courage, respect, wisdom, and equity. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I would like to entertain a motion to approve the agenda, please. Thank you, Council Monitor, and seconded by Councilor Elliott. Any errors or omissions? Additions. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Contrary-minded, motion's carried. Yes.
Check. So I've just been notified that our mic system is not working. So those who are watching outside this room may be finding it difficult to hear. So we have two mobile mics in the room. So I'll hand one to the mayor now to conduct the business of the meeting. And for counselors, if you can just ask for the hand mic if you want to speak. And the other one will remain at the podium for guests who want to speak at some point.
Thank you, Sue. Not karaoke. Okay, perfect. Yes, at this time, I would like to offer up if there are any declarations of the conflict of interest. Hearing none, we'll move along. We have some minutes to approve. The special joint council meeting of December 11th, 2024.
I would move that the minutes of the special town council meeting of December the 11th, 2024 be approved as circulated and or amended.
And that was seconded by Councillor Elliott. Any errors or omissions? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Contrary minded, motion is carried. Town council meeting of December 14th, 2024.
It's easier. I would move that the minutes of the town council meeting of December 17th, 2024 be approved as circulated and or amended.
Great. That was seconded by Councillor Butler. Errors or omissions? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Contrary minded, motion is carried. And in camera, December 17th.
I would move that the minutes of the town council in camera meeting of December the 17th, 2024 be approved as circulated and or amended.
Seconded by Councillor Williams. Any errors or omissions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Contrary minded, that too is carried. At this time, we have our community events, occasions, and acknowledgements piece. So I've got a few things if you want to indulge me for a little bit. On Saturday, we had the
Literacy Awareness Day was held at Alwell with the Town of Wolfville and Landmark East. It was a great event. I actually bought one of the books and had it here tonight. The Truth About the Three Little Pigs was quite entertaining for those who want to read about the wolf being framed. It's a great little book for readers. We also learned a great deal about dinosaurs. Come on.
The dinosaurs have fluffy butts.
Yes, big fluffy butts. It was quite an entertaining afternoon. They were supposed to be on cue, but they didn't quite follow my lead right well. It was a great afternoon for the kids and the young at heart. Last night we had soups and sides, and it will continue on till April. So don't feel like you've missed out so far. And last night we tied our record of 140 and had a wonderful night of engagement, and lots of amazing thoughts were shared about Wolfville. And yeah, it was a great night. Thanks everybody for coming. Lately, I've been noticing that our businesses have been hosting a lot of really fun things. Crokinole, bingo, paint nights, lots of live music around too. So check those out. It might be cold, but and January is also a pretty lonely month. So they're offering lots of things to get out and check things out. We had Town and Gown yesterday, and I was reminded that Acadia has an events calendar with a lot of offerings on it as well. So check that out as well. Al Whittle has lots of movies happening this time of year, which is wonderful. Our Lions Hall and our Legions have lots of breakfasts and all kinds of fundraisers. The Legion is also offering food, karaoke, and dances, so check those out. The Women of Wolfville are underway with their new play coming up, and their skits, so that will be exciting. What's the date for that coming up, Wendy? Second weekend in May. Wonderful. And our community and strategic partnership grants are open. So if you're looking for those, please reach out to us. Does anyone else have anything fun and exciting happening around town lately? Okay. Thanks. Oh, I got a stamp of approval from Councillor Butler. That's great. So those are some of the fun things that were happening, and there's much more happening, I'm sure, in the months to come. But tonight is the eve of African Heritage Month, so there's lots of events happening there as well. So I'd like to just do some acknowledgement. This year's theme is Legacy in Action. It is celebrating Black brilliance, highlights the achievements and resilience of African Nova Scotia, who have shaped the province's history for more than 400 years. The theme also aligns with the culmination of the second United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent, which was 2025 to 2034. Over the past decade, this global initiative has emphasized empowerment, leadership, and increased awareness of the contributions of people of African descent worldwide. Nova Scotia is home to 52 historic African Nova Scotia communities. Our local communities are Pine Woods, which is now Aldershot, and Gibson Woods, and they have a rich and complex history. African Heritage Month is a time to honor this heritage and celebrate the culture, achievements, and contributions of Black Nova Scotians, both past and present. It is a moment to recognize the strength of our shared legacy and the brilliance that continues to inspire future generations. The town is continuing to do our work with our partnerships and to increase awareness and inclusivity. Our Equity and Anti-Racism Committee has just been formed and are developing a work plan, which will include for committee and council discussion a recognition statement that would work in partnership with our land acknowledgement. This statement would recognize the historic contributions of African Nova Scotians. This work will be uncomfortable as we move through it, but we are committed to growth and change. We'll be hosting a Soups and Sides on February 24th for acknowledgement of African Heritage Month. At this time, I would like to welcome our guests, Lorado Chandama, Acadia's Associate Vice President of Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Accessibility. And I'd like to give you the floor, Lorado, to introduce your guests that you brought along with you. Is it on?
It was.
It does sound like it? Perfect. Thank you so much, Mayor and Council, for having us this evening. My title has changed, so no fault of yours. So I am AVP Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, and Racism, and that felt the shift was done to represent some of the key priorities of the community, and that doesn't mean our accessibility or accessibility down at all. It's part of the EDI mandate that
Just before you continue, I'm going to switch mics for you again.
Thank you so much. Hello, my name is Ariel Evans. I am in my final year of my Bachelor's of Arts in Theater with a minor in Theology, and I am the president of Sisters of Color Student Club at Acadia. And this partnership really means a lot for me because one of the big things my club is all about is about safe spaces. We want to always create safe spaces for the women that come to our events. So safe space goes beyond Acadia University. We want to make sure that when they come into the community as well and they go throughout the town, they're also able to feel safe as well. So this is very, very important for me as president of Sisters of Color. And I want to thank you for allowing us to have this space. And thank you.
Good evening. My name is Trayvon Nichols. I'm a computer science major and I'm a counselor at large on the Acadia Student Union Board. What this means to me personally, so as, of course, you know, and student of African descent. So there is, and a representative of the student union, there's a lot going on currently at the moment. And this is something that the students really need at this moment in time. So this means a lot to me. And this would be a perfect opportunity for them to have this safe space and so they can know that there is support. So thank you.
Well, good evening. Thanks for having us. I'm Marjorie Lewis. I'm the chaplain at Acadia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dotson Olutoke. I'm the coordinator, African Descent Students Opportunity and Success at Acadia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Saeed Akonde. I'm the president of Acadia Muslim Student Association and also a member of Valley Muslim Society in the Valley here. I'm so happy that we are sitting right now to discuss about Black heritage. I know because I'm part of the Inclusion Accessible Advisory Committee to the town of Kentville, and also a member of Diversity Belonging tax team to the town of Kentville as well. Talking about Black heritage in Wolfville is something that I was so impressed that the town is looking at the future. And to talk about the future, we have to sit down and reshape how we can be inclusive in every angle of our committee. And I believe the committee we have for the inclusion diversity in town of Wolfville will do a lot if we have the open mind to give them the work to do. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I just want to say it is a challenging time for students, staff, and faculty at Acadia currently, and I think just nationally and globally. And this recognition means the world to all of us. So I'm looking forward to continuing conversations about how we just increase our abilities to build resilience and diversity and support like future leaders on their paths out of the Wolfville. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate your presence here this evening. Now we'll move on to public input and question period. Do we have individuals from the public? Do either of you wish to speak? Would you like a photo? Yeah. Okay, yes.
Sorry, we're gonna do a picture for everyone. That's okay. Because you know, like the
Yeah.
first one, this up. How about I can take it? I love how far back I have to stand. Oh, look at that, fabulous. Jeez, thank you very much. Thank you so much. See ya. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. I'm gonna do it. Thank you. Jacket. You're gonna need this tonight. You're gonna go. Take care.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is David Daniels. I live in Wolfville, on Toy Lane. I just had a few questions, partly as a follow-up to the letter I sent yesterday. I'd like to know whether there is actually an agreement now in place regarding the layout, the laydown area for 292. The information I had, as I said in the letter, was that the agreement seemed to end on January 1st. So I wondered what happened, or whether it was renewed. Is it negotiation? That's my first question. My second question is questions and comments, and I've raised this before in the past, and that is the issue of insurance. I received a letter from one of the staff people that indicated that they were relying upon the liability language in the initial development agreement. And my concern is that at that point, they were not using town land. Now they are using town land. And my concern is whether the liability phrases in the original development agreement would actually be fully protective of the laydown area. And along those lines, the liability language in the development agreement, for instance, doesn't have a minimum amount of coverage, which I've seen in samples where that's also asked for. Also asked for is some proof that the insurance actually exists. That would be, I understand, it'd be something like a certificate of insurance, and perhaps have also the town named as an additional insured. Sorry, I forgot my pen, so I just wrote some stuff down on my tablet. And along those lines, I wonder, the letter I received indicated that the town solicitor wasn't, his opinion wasn't sought regarding the liability issues. And I would strongly urge you to have the town solicitor look at the issues, whether the town is fully insured or whether the town is fully protected now that, so for example, the liability language talks about, that there's causes of action against the town. But at least the limited agreement that I've seen regarding the laydown area, there's nothing that says, there was no language, for instance, that the developer would have to give back the parking spaces in a good condition. And I'm not sure that would be covered by liability. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Caroline? Yeah.
I'm not going to say much. Andrea Lynn, I'm just harking back to October the 10th, where in a letter about declining a vote, 100% digital vote, I said that digital is counter to life. I just thought I'd hand this around. There's one for Kelly, who's not here, and one for Laura, and the rest. I just want to say that digital also has other problems, and I trying to back this. We've known this for some time, but this is recent, a recent study out of Sweden. Just thinking that maybe you would like to take the Wi-Fi out of your walls and go back to Ethernet cables when you build your new building. Maybe now, so you don't get sick before that. But anyway, and then I just wanted to bring up a question. Is this council going to do something about the provincial government that we now have?
I don't understand the question. Are we going to, can you elaborate or be specific?
Do any of you get the Chronicle Herald? I don't know where else it's been, but that's his place to notify you. It's Tim Houston's letter, basically asking us to buy into mining out Nova Scotia. Wouldn't you say that, Wendy? So I'm wondering, it is basically a Masonic order that we have lodged here in Nova Scotia as our provincial government. And there are lots of councils in Nova Scotia like this one. It seems to me that as a group, you would have something to say about what we have for a provincial government. If anybody wants to comment on that now, answer what you think, or we get together later and talk about it.
No, I'll just remind all members of the gallery that this is an opportunity for public input, but responses won't be provided by council at this point in time.
Okay. I wasn't clear on that. When I was here in 76, there was one big table and we all sat around the table and we talked and we answered people who could see us all here except the mayors. The mayor was the only one that had their back to. Just, yeah. You now. Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Are there any individuals online? Thank you. Moving along through our agenda, we have motions and recommendations from Committee of the Whole from January 14th. RFD 059-2024, appointment of the auditor. I think
Thank you, Mayor McKay. I would move that council appoint Grant Thornton as the town's auditor for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2025.
We're learning as we go with this mic. That was seconded by Councillor Butler. Is there any there's no presentation or anything, we're just, okay, thank you. No comments. Any questions from council? Comments? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Contrary minded, that motion is carried unanimously. Readoption of the revised policy 120.011 signing authority policy.
I would move that council approve the revised policy number 120-011 signing authority policy as attached to RFD 060-2024.
Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Elliott. Any questions or comments from council on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Contrary minded, that is carried unanimously. And our last one, Councillor Palmer.
I would move that council readopt policy number 120-008 travel, meals, and miscellaneous allowance policy as attached to RFD 061-2024.
Thank you. Seconded by Councillor Butler. Any questions or comments from council? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, that is carried unanimously. One more.
I would move that council readopt policy number 120-016 hospitality policy as attached to RFD 061-2024.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Any questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Contrary minded, that too is carried unanimously. We have a in-camera session. Oh, I did.
Oh, we were planning to have one, but didn't make it through to the final.
Okay, perfect. That brings us to the end of our agenda.
It's on, sorry, it's on the motion list. It's not on the agenda. We missed it on the motion list. Yeah.
Perfect. I would have a motion to adjourn the meeting. Moved by Councillor Elliott, seconded by Councillor Palmer. All in favor? We are adjourned.